Alright, I got the stream going on. Let's see, I'm waiting. Alright. Yep, I'm live. It's going on right now. Let me dual cast on Facebook. I don't know what you wanted to talk about first, man, because there's so much shit to talk about now.
What?
Like, it's so much. Like, did you hear about the news story? About the NFL player?
I go with the flow, man. I ain't, man, please. I go with the flow. I talk about everything. I talk about shit. Whatever.
Alright, well, shit. I guess the first thing is,
The only thing is, I'm a little hard of hearing, and your phone sounds like, it sounds like you on a
speaker.
speakerphone.
Yeah, I got it set up because it's going through the speakers right now. Does this sound better when I talk close? Does it sound better when I talk close like this? I figured it. My bad, man. I'm gonna find a solution for this eventually in the future. It was the only way I could do it right now. I was trying to wait because I wanted to set up some more, but man, it was such a hot topic and we was going. That shit's always funny. But what I was gonna talk about was the football player. It's a white guy, Chad Wheeler. I don't know if you heard about that from the Seattle Seahawks. Hello? Oh, my bad. I was asking, did you hear about Chad Wheeler from the Seattle Seahawks? Did you hear about Chad Wheeler?
Oh, no, I ain't even really heard about this shit. I mean, I've been seeing it, but I ain't really even looked into it, bro. They gonna drag that nigga, man. I already know it's happening.
You know what's crazy, though? I don't think they will.
They ain't gonna do it, you know. They ain't gonna do it like they did Ray Rice.
Dog. Tell me why I said the exact same thing.
Man, they ain't gonna do it like Ray Rice and who else? Man, Adrian Peterson, they tried to end him for whooping his own son.
Yeah, for just spanking his son.
For spanking his son, yeah. It was a couple other athletes. They gonna drag him, but they ain't gonna drag him through mud though. But he hit a woman, man. You know what though?
What?
At the same time, when I think about there's a black woman, man. You know, there's a black woman, so they might be like, well, they're aggressive and they're, you know what I'm saying? You know how they're boisterous.
I mean,
Blah blah blah.
my first
But at the
opinion.
same time, you got Megatron, Stallion.
Yeah.
She's on this whole feminist, what you call it? Feminist movement and all that type of shit. Like,
Yeah,
you know
she's
what
a
I'm
big
saying?
part of the feminist movement.
You know, it can go either way, man. We have to let that play out because I don't know. You know, it's a lot of that's a very sensitive subject right now, man. The black woman, man. That's one of the most thought out and talked about topics right now. In period, you know what I'm saying? On every platform. So.
Yeah. No matter where you go, man, that's the first thing people are going to talk about. Protecting the black woman, doing this for the black woman.
Yeah. Fuck the black man, pretty much. Fuck the black man.
No, you're right. Now you 100%. It's literally fuck black men. Them niggas will figure it out. I was like, they think that them niggas will figure it out.
Right.
They'll be all right. They can play
Yeah,
basketball.
they'll be all right.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
that black woman, that's a real touchy subject nowadays. We gonna see. We see how it go, man. You know, and a lot of shit, honestly, let's just get real deep, fuck it. A lot of shit be just some publicity shit, man. A lot of shit be some publicity shit, bro. Like a lot of shit, it be staged as fuck. It may look real, it may be real at the time. But a lot of this shit, dog, that we see, man, is a bunch of smoke and mirrors, man. It's all the stage, bro.
Yeah, it's
You know what I'm
pre-planned.
saying? Like, all the attention is good attention when you a star, when you're an athlete, when you're trying to push an agenda. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Man, you know what's crazy? I was just reading one of the executive orders that Biden passed, and one of this is just off topic. I'm gonna go back to that. But it's you know, he made it so now transgender men can play in women's sports.
That's stupid shit.
It's retarded. It's so dumb.
That's retarded.
Like, I'm not.
But you know who else is trying to put that stupid ass shit?
Who?
Your boy Barack, your boy Barry.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember
That
that.
stupid ass shit too.
I do.
That's all. Really? That's all the niggas talking about for real. All one sexual shit. But anyway, yeah, bro, that's dumb. Like it's still a man. Like they tried that one time with a transgender
The MMA fighter.
MMA fighter, man.
Fallon Fox.
Or he or it or shit, whatever the fuck that thing is.
Fallon Fox. Google her.
You said what?
I said, I remember that entire story because I followed all that shit. Her name is Fallon Fox. And I remember because she was like the first one I was telling women. Like, I was arguing with women. Like, you think a woman can't beat a man physically in MMA if she's well trained? I said, no. I said, here's something that's heartbreaking to y'all. I can beat up Ronda Rousey. Sorry. And ain't no offense to Ronda Rousey. She's an excellent athlete, but I'm 6'4", I'm 225 pounds. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't beat up women, but
I'll beat your ass.
like easily.
How much training you do and all of that. Like, you got to be Layla Ali or some shit to even have a chance.
Seriously. If I don't just use straight up brute force, I mean, Fallon Fox was breaking women's.
Now you're lethal because you're a trained fighter as a man, a trained fighting ass man. Fighting a woman.
Man, it makes no sense. Actually, you know what I'm about to do? You can keep it on side, but I'm gonna send you the YouTube link too. So if you want to watch it, like we're streaming right now. But yeah, man. But anyway, back to the football player. I'm gonna be real, dog. The only reason I got so mad about that, because when it happened, everybody came out in defense of the guy. Like people were actually taking up for him, and they were claiming mental health.
The motherfucker crack. You say crack?
Yeah, absolutely. I encourage it. Fuck them niggas.
Yeah, I heard a lot of motherfuckers sympathize and empathize with the motherfuckers and shit. Like I said, because they have this. And here's another thing. What's portrayed in the media about the black woman is they are boisterous and they are manly and they are aggressive, and they are loud, they are ghetto, they are pushy and they are overbearing. And for the most part, that's true.
Yeah.
But that's the preconceived notion that, you know what I'm saying, that is what I'm looking for. That's what the media is selling. The image. That's the image.
Well, let me ask you this though. Real quick.
With the motherfucking white boy.
But let me ask you this
When
though.
it comes down to a black woman in that regard, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, go ahead, bro.
I was gonna ask a question because you made a good point right there. But is it the media putting out that narrative, or is it black women themselves putting out that narrative? Like, I can't make you, make yourself look bad. You know, somebody can offer me, hey doc, I'll give you $10,000 to run around butt naked in the clown outfit. It's my choice in the end. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna do it. But, you know, because I agree with you, but it's like black women run the media, though. Like, it's...
You know what I'm saying? It's all a full circle. But an example of that is, for instance, my grandmother raised me. You know what I'm saying? And my mom, you know, she was a slut, just like women are. She didn't cut, she didn't drink, she didn't smoke, never did none of that. But she was like the dick, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was her, you know, but these women, when it comes down to being a lady, in front of people or in public, unless provoked, these women were women. My grandmother wore a house coat around the house. She didn't walk around no fucking panties. My mama didn't walk around in her fucking panties. Her mother, you know what I'm saying, no boy short in front of us. None of that. That's for the bedroom. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man.
My grandma, they had gowns on. They had gowns back in the day. They walked around the house in house coats, they called it, you know? And that image has not been portrayed to the younger generations of women. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get real deep when I'm thinking about this type of shit. It's something that you have to get the images of someone to somewhere. Think about this. For the last about 5 years, every nigga been wearing not just sagging, because back in the day, niggas used to sag. You and me, we not the type of niggas that sag. But a lot of niggas used to sag back in the day, but it used to be just, right below it, right on the ass. Now these niggas sagging all the way down with skinny jeans on, all the way down to the floor, because that's an image that has been perpetuated to them. That's been overly exacerbated and exaggerated to them. So now they think that is fashion. You remember that at one point everybody was wearing pink because that's what the image that they saw of a black man at that time. You know what I'm saying? The image that
Purple City
saw as a black woman was a black woman that cooked and cleaned and that did womanly shit. Did cut, did drink, didn't smoke. And if they did, they were still lady-like about it. They had wives. They were wives. And mothers. They weren't baby mamas and shit like that. That's shit that I can't think of my words right now. I need to be a shot.
You know what's crazy, man?
You like they condition these motherfuckers to do that shit.
You know what's crazy?
You know what I'm saying? Because like I said before, me and you, we came from strong men. You had a strong black father. I had a strong black father.
My dad's the shit.
We'd beat a nigga up.
Yeah.
Enough, but we didn't start no shit. We didn't sell no dope. And if we did, it was a little bit. It was something here and there. We wasn't trying to be like nobody else because we knew the difference between a man and a fucking clown.
You know what's crazy, though, man?
We raised differently. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, we're conditioned differently. Like, so we know the difference between a man and a boy. See, women, they don't have those examples. They have the example of what's being portrayed to them, that a black woman is. Because I tell you what, the image of a white woman ain't never changed over these last 400 years. The image of a white woman still on the beach with some lingerie on, skinny as hell, or now thicker.
Hold that thought real quick, because I like what you're saying, man. I love everything. Let me hold on. I'm getting a video call from one of my young dogs, Young Z. He might be watching the stream. Hold on one sec.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I think I hung up on him. See, old nigga shit. But no, hold on. I agree with you. You know what's crazy? I tell people about my mom all the time. I tell them that my mom is really the best example of a woman you can be. Because she can be strong and independent. She's smart. She's wise. She's worked. She has a successful career. But you know what's more important about her? She's been a wife and a mother for almost 40 years. And when I tell people about my mom, she's a mom. She's a mother. She's a regular grandmother. She doesn't twerk. She don't dress crazy. Right. She's a nurturer. My mom's just a really good mom. She get on us when she needs to get on us.
And I can vouch for that because I know your mother.
Right. She's just a regular woman. She's just a regular lady.
Yep. She's a lady above all. These women don't even know the lady. They don't even say lady. They say bitch. Anything else, any other describing
I'm a real bitch. I'm a real bitch.
Anyone saying lady, the word lady. Now that comes with a whole, territory of different actions. A lady,
You know what? I think what women don't like to admit that when you are a lady, like being a man, to call yourself a man, you gotta hit a certain set of standards, right? You gotta make your own money, be able to provide for yourself, protect your family. That's what a man is. And when women want to call themselves like I'm a woman or a bitch, like they call themselves, they don't have the certain. All they have to do is be alive. They don't have any standards to be a woman. In my mind, to be a woman, you have to be beautiful, cooperative, graceful, feminine. You know what I'm saying? Supportive, cooperative.
Feminine.
Feminine. I met so many pretty niggas out here. like, like this nigga, I be talking about women like this nigga's hard.
Like that's one of those things that actually make a woman, is femininity. They don't have that. That's not even taught anymore, let alone instilled, let alone something that's like built in nowadays. Because and honestly, they have been much over. It's been 400, 500, 600 years ago, 1,000 years ago. The slave master used to watch. Not my people, because I was born for that. You're gonna have to kill me. I'm gonna jump off this motherfucker. I've been fed to the sharks anyway.
I said the same thing, man. Somebody asked me that. I said, I'll kill me and the kids.
While they emasculate the black man. While they literally chop his penis off, or suck his penis, or fuck him in the ass, or whatever the case was, depending on which European weirdo was in charge at that time. They emasculated us so much that, it's a lot of mental, generational curses, mental illness. They've been fucked over so much for so long that now we deal with the testament. My homeboy Tommy Sotomayor calls me BC 1000, BC 1100.
My God, shout out to Tommy Sotomayor, man. I hope he sees me. I love him on the show, man.
Shout out Soto Nation. Yep, that's my favorite.
Love that, man.
You see what I'm saying? But it's not their fault now. They've been conditioned for years and years and years to be this way. They've been bred to be this way. Look at Serena Williams, the face of women athletes everywhere. That bitch looks like a man, bro. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Fat ass or not. I said a whole bunch of niggas with fat ass. I got a fat ass. That's a damn booty. Nigga, that don't make me a woman. Nigga, that man, she looks like a nigga. Big old, her sister looks like a sister. You know what I'm saying?
She's more feminine than her.
Like, that's what we've been bred to be. It seems. You know what I'm saying? It seems that way.
Hey, we hoop together. Like, we hoop together. And, Serena Williams looks like she can give me a good 17 and 12. I'm going to be honest. She can give me a double-double on a nightly basis. She can give me a good 17 and 7.
Think about how masculine and how fucked up in the head, and then the ones that aren't necessarily masculine. Look how fucked up in the mind, in the head they are. When it comes down to us, if you notice, because I pay attention to everything, especially when I be high, I pay attention to everything, and what I've noticed is that baby boy syndrome. Boy, shut up, boy. Talking down on men and talking down to men. Fuck that nigga ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? It's so much of that. I get so much more of that energy from everything that I see and every relationship that I see than the old submissive or the old back and forth 50-50 relationships in the black, you know what I'm saying, in the black community. It's so much, bro. The day, you know what I'm saying? Man, I'm just all over the place because I'm just thinking about so much, man. You got my brain going
No, man, we're on the same page, man. I've always been hip to this stuff, I'm a big Tommy Sotomayor fan. He's always talked about this stuff. But I've even always said, a lot of these men act like their mothers. And it's not to their own fault. It's because they're constantly being emasculated. They're being forced to act like women. They're these men. I tell somebody, imagine you being a boy, being emasculated by a woman your entire life, and then you finally get around some men, you're automatically going to try to prove yourself because it's genetics. It's in us where men are naturally aggressive. This is how we are. Yeah, because we're supposed to hunt, we're supposed to kill, we're supposed to protect. So when you're a little boy and you got other little boys making fun of you, calling you soft, you weak, or don't let nobody talk about your mama. Oh, let me tell you, I've seen so much shit. Don't nobody give a fuck about your daddy. I ain't never heard nobody say, your daddy this.
Not even your mama.
I literally seen somebody say, your daddy a crackhead. Somebody say, yeah, he is. Fuck him. Oh, wow. He is. I can see that's factual. He gave up. He didn't even try.
Right.
And I be thinking like, damn, I hope my kids don't think like. That's one of my fears. Like, I see black people so quick to protect their mothers, which is good because I'm quick to protect my mother, but I'm also quick to protect my father. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm quick to protect my mother or my father.
Just to add this in there, I'll let you keep going, but my dad, I have a strong relationship with my father than I do with my mother, and it's really my stepfather, but we don't, but he's raised me since I was a boy. Our relationship, we talk every day, man, please. But anyway, go ahead.
No, man, no, you brought up a good example, man. And one thing I want to say about you is, dude, is you did things the right way. Like you got married. You didn't just go out here and just start fucking bitches and having kids. You actually tried to go and make somebody a wife. So when I hear, and I know you personally, so I know how much you work, all the shit you do, and then you still train people on the side and do all these other stuff. And I'm like, you know, a lot of times women don't deserve a nigga like that.
No,
They don't.
not at all. Not at all. Let's talk about it. Now we're talking. You like you read my song.
No, because I was thinking, dude, I got a good friend. It's funny. It's so hilarious. His name is Denzel, too. He runs a game streaming app, Small World. But,
Wow, this is what I got it.
yeah, I mean, no, his name is Vale, Denzel or something like that. I'm sorry. But he runs a gaming app. And he's been married to a girl that went to school with his name, Latrice. I don't know if you remember, I shouldn't be saying her name, but
Right. Yeah. We'll talk about that. Just keep going. We'll talk about it off here.
all right, I ain't gonna put either one of their business out too much. I'm gonna just say this: good family. He got married. They got 2 kids together. Right? They've been married for years. And this dude Denzel, he's better than us. I'm gonna put it out there. He's not a whore. You know what I'm saying?
I totally understand. Yep.
So you know, he runs a gaming channel. He works a lot. He's a good, genuine dude. You know, he's a good father, good husband. Doesn't cheat, doesn't beat her. He's a really nice guy. I haven't spoke to him during the COVID thing. I recently spoke to him like beginning of this year, 2020, and I asked him like, how things are going, man? How's things with you and the family? He's like, oh man, we're not even living together. We're in the middle of divorce. Like, I'm in my mom's crib right now. I'm like, what? Like, and I'm asking, like, what happened? Like, you cheat on her? You know, that's the first thing. First thing I asked, she's like, no, nothing like that. I'm like, she cheat on you? I'm like, he's like, no, it was nothing like, no, that's the crazy part. It wasn't. He was like, she was just unhappy. And,
It wasn't even based on infidelity. It was just,
well, it made me realize that some people you can't make happy, dog.
you can't. There's no way. They're too traumatized sometimes. I think
Like,
they got too much going on. They just not ready to be happy. They can't. Like, you're not happy within themselves. Will Smith and Jada said something one time. I don't care about their personal business. That's between them. You know what I'm saying? What they got going on, but they say a lot of wild shit. They said that in order for us to last this long, no matter what you guys hear, no matter what goes on, we are both individually happy and we do things and we give each other space in order for us to remain happy within ourselves and to ourselves, because
that's respectful for that.
you can't depend on another person to make you happy. You have to be happy first and be happy with someone else.
Mm-hmm. You know what's crazy about that whole Will and Jada situation? I always tell people, like, Jada didn't fuck up with cheating. If you're that successful and he's that successful, I'm sure they got mistresses and a nigga on the side. I don't think Will cared that she cheated. Nobody gives a fuck about that. He gives a fuck that she almost fucked up the bag. Like, we are selling this wholesome family, this dream that 2 successful people can come together and build a network, you know, and be wholesome and, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess it is wholesome. You know, they were the super family. Like, Will and Jada were up there with Jay-Z and Beyonce. Like, when you make a power couple, you can't really get no higher than Will and Jada, Jay-Z and Beyonce. And when all the information, if I was Will, I was more mad at her for picking that nigga. Like, you know, this nigga had issues. Yeah. Like, it's really.
Like I said, a lot of things be quote unquote leaked. All the attention is good attention when you're a celebrity.
Who's next?
You know what I'm saying? They in so many circles, there can be circles within circles in Hollywood. Motherfucker probably come home from shooting a movie, 30 days. Motherfucker Jada standing in there like, Hollywood, they got no robe.
Perfect timing.
Oh, Will, this is Ed Sheeran. Yeah, they're totally great, you know? And they're just here to help us with our energy and to keep us focused and you, oh yeah, you know, man, yeah, because I felt the energy when I walked in the door. I guess so much weird shit going on, but I tell you what though, besides all of that, them niggas still together. And they still got that, they ain't fucking that bad.
One of the few things I respect Will and Jada for are being married. I don't think a lot of people understand when you get married how much, like, men cheat, women cheat, people are imperfect. Exactly.
You literally get married for the white man, when you sign the papers for the white man, because that's all it is. It's now your corporation.
Yeah, and at that level, you got something to lose. And what I was just saying is like I don't think women really appreciate. You know, when people bring up the grandparents, like our grandparents and stuff like that, they'll bring up how the grandfather was cheating all the time and outside the marriage and had a kid. Like, you know what he didn't do? Bring that shit home. That's why your grandma allowed it. Like most people will let things slide. Most successful marriages, if a man steps out, the wife knows the mistress. They're close. Like she knows who she is. It's just rules to this shit. Don't bring that shit home. No outside baby, no outside diseases. Keep it private, never in public.
And I can attest to that. I am in a successful marriage, in a building, and what do you call that? Rebuilding process, marriage that's getting stronger. With an outside baby, we had a split, and I have a baby on the outside. So I understand how shit goes in marriage. Well, guess what? You're still together. You're still corporate, and you're still getting that back because it's cheaper to keep her or him, and or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what's crazy? Like, even if a man has a baby out of marriage, they'll do two things. They'll either cut that woman off completely and that baby, or that's our baby. Like we're gonna raise it just like all the rest of us. They'll do whatever it takes to keep the family intact. I don't think women are willing to do that nowadays. Plus, women have a lot more women in their ears, single women in their ears who just want them in the same bad position like them. You got a lot of hating ass women out here. Yeah. That was going on in my last relationship, man. A lot of single women in my girl ear. You know, I mean, I was always a too.
What happened with that, but we'll talk about that off.
Dude, that's such a whole. I can honestly admit I was the problem in that. She did some shit. I was the problem in that relationship. I can honestly admit that. That was more me that went over. She did some shit, but I did some fuck shit, and I can cop to that.
Okay. Yeah, understood.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I think men had the capability to being like, you know what, I was wrong. I was on some fuck shit.
Yep.
I was wrong.
We did some shit, but I did some fuck shit. Absolutely. I agree.
Yeah, this goes back to the football thing.
Like as a man, that's a man move to even admit something like that. To even admit you're wrong. And so, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, like, most people can't even admit they're wrong nowadays. That's why it's so much turmoil within any relationship, whether it's a friendship, a brotherhood, you know what I'm saying? Husband and wife, girlfriend, and whatever the fuck, baby mom. Because motherfuckers got to be right at all times. But anyway, go ahead, bro. My bad.
Oh, no, I'm just over here fixing something. I have to change something out. I'm about to grab some weed in a little bit. I'm just putting some pants on. But no, what I was saying is that goes back to that Chad Wheeler guy. Like, he gets the exception of mental health. That's what my point was. Like,
can you do this for me though? Can you describe as accurately as possible, because I do not read up on it. I've been sitting in front of the laptop. I'm making
I knew that was gonna come eventually. Though I always suspected that.
I be so tuned out, bro, because I don't like when I see everybody else focus on one thing. I know that I need to go. I can go do something. I can go flourish over here because ain't nobody fucking with this side over here. Everybody be focused on one thing at one time. I'll be like, all right, let me go handle my business, and then I'll catch up later. When you know what I'm saying? When when the shit is done. But anyway, what from your perspective? What exactly happened with that? I don't know. I really don't know nothing about what happened. All I heard was a white boy, NFL, beat up a black woman, his girlfriend. And this is the next conversation between me and you that I've had since I've heard that. And I keep seeing it, flash up on YouTube. I follow Star. Shout out to my dude Star.
I love Star.
Troy Terrain.
Troy Terrain, that dude be going
I
though.
love Star.
Star goes in. The fuck out of here. He's a Brooklyn nigga. It's a Brooklyn nigga.
Like, he is the truth.
Snitch Network. We snitching over here.
I'm by your truth. I like Star.
I love Star. Star and Tommy Sotomayor, Kevin Samuels. I like all those guys because they say what they want. They're honest. You know.
They're honest.
I like honesty.
They're honest with themselves.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be shit, but anyway, that's my business. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be shit.
That's hard for me to deal with.
You gonna give me the money or not?
But all right, so this is what happened with Chad Wheeler. So first of all, Chad Wheeler is hold on, I got the story pulled up actually from earlier. He's an offensive lineman. He plays for the Seattle Seahawks. Now he's not a superstar or anything. He's like a fourth string. Like he's like low down the line, you know what I'm saying? Low level dude making the minimum. One of those guys. But he has a black girlfriend.
I didn't know that. I don't know the guy.
Yeah, he's not super famous.
That must be a bum. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's a bum. He's not doing anything big. Like he's very low level. But he's a big dude though, man. Like he's 6'7". He's about 320 pounds. Offensive lineman. So he's a big dude. He has a black girlfriend. She looks like an Instagram model type, booty model. She's pretty. She's cute. And anyway, so I guess he wanted her to bow down. Now, this is what the story says. He ordered his girlfriend to bow down. She refused, and he put them paws on her. That's what I didn't understand. They didn't go into specifics. They just said that he's told her to bow down, and she wouldn't. And I'm like, does he mean like bow down because he's like the all magnificent white man? And like she needs to respect that? Like she hit a lick? Or...
You know what? That's how I like it. You know this shit. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I got to speaker now.
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Okay. That's how I like the ritual shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's what everybody was saying.
You know, and he got him a white woman, and he's trying to be, Mr. King Chamberlain, and it sounded like a ritual, man. I ain't gonna cap. And now it's national headlines. Now let's watch this. I don't want to assume, and I don't want to live in hypothetical land. Let's just watch how it unveils. Either he's going to fucking jail, or he gonna blow the fuck up.
Oh, I got some more information for you. It gets deeper. So after he hit her, he started choking her. He choked her so bad she passes out. And when she wakes up, he tells her, "Oh, you're still alive?" Facts.
Wait. My attention is somewhere else. My kids walking around. My bad. You can say that one more time, bro? I'm sorry. My kids are distracted.
In the middle of beating her up, he started choking her, and she passed out. And when she woke up, he was eating food right in front of her, and he looked at her and he said, "Oh, you're still alive."
What?
Yeah.
Okay, so was there a witness?
Just the two of them. Then talking about any witness, I don't think there was any kids or anything in the home. Nope, just the two of them. And he got arrested for it. She called the police, said he was trying to kill her. He got arrested, but he's out right now. He's out on $400,000 of bail.
I gotta play devil's advocate.
Go for it.
What? She owns some fucking. Like, let's just come on now. What, like, dude, like that's something. It's a variable missing there. I'm kind of good at math. And algebra. Actually, I don't want to say math. Algebra. I'm good at algebra.
Right.
Some don't add up. I got the equation, but it's not. I don't have. I'm missing the variable, and I'm now missing the after the equal sign, the answer, the actual answer, because that hasn't been determined yet. But what? Something is missing in that story.
Well, he got dropped by the Seahawks.
Some stupid ass shit. But I don't know. Just the motherfucker talking about Wild Out and then get to be there. It's something like something is missing out of that story, man.
I mean, well, the Seahawks came out and they said some stuff. They cut him, obviously. He was, I think he was already a free agent. Apparently, they were going to let him go this year. So the Seahawks cut him and the NFL suspended him. And they came out with a statement saying that he has mental health issues. Now, they didn't say specifically like if it was schizophrenia or bipolar disease. It just said he had some type of mental health issue. And I'm just like, when I heard them say that, and, you know, he could still get a job with the NFL, you know, when he come off suspension. They didn't fire him. And I'm thinking, like, you know what? Ray Rice hit his woman once when she was attacking him in the elevator, and his career is over. They pulled his jerseys. They banned him from the NFL, Denzel. They banned him. Like, he can't even be a coach or in the system.
He can't even go to the game.
No, he can't. So I was like, whoa. So you got one guy who arguably got into an altercation that his woman started, Ray Rice. And then you got this other guy who's just batshit crazy, who attempted to kill a woman. And I was thinking, like, why didn't Ray Rice get that excuse? You know, he could have been bipolar. He could be schizophrenic. He could be depressed. He could have anxiety.
Or how about this? Because, you know, since COVID, domestic violence and alcohol sales, coincidentally, have all grown 600%. 600%. Domestic violence cases and the sale of alcohol moved.
And suicide.
Have all grown. So they could have been drunk, dude. They drunk tripping on each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think the Ray Rice situation was before.
The mental issues really kick in when you're drunk. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes.
No, you're right.
And sometimes they could have been off a Percocet, anything. You don't know what happened. We still don't really know what happened before that happened. It's like we don't know what happened before the Lions got the whooping JT ass. We really don't know. It's like I said, it's missing variables in there. So from motherfuckers was cool, motherfuckers was talking a little shit and drunk, to beating a nigga ass, beating your people ass. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? Some things be left out, bro, because they don't want somebody to look bad, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what's crazy though?
Or just really hiding the truth type shit, like.
Even on the devil's advocate tip, like, even if he told her, bitch, you better bow down. Like, give him your motherfucking nuts. I believe, I can honestly see, because I know black women, I can see a black woman saying, nigga, what? You want some fuck shit. I ain't about to bow down. And I tell people all the time, women need to really appreciate black men, because we are not as crazy as people think. I tell people all the time, Eduardo, he ain't gonna take that shit. Chad, don't take that shit. Wong, don't take that shit. They go right upside the head. And like, I think that's exactly what happened. I think she probably did say, because that does sound some fuck shit, but I'm black, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna ask nobody that. And I think she did say something to him and try to go off on him like women typically do. And, you know, if you think about it, if you think, man, this nigga an NFL player, he got shit to lose, he ain't about to put his hands on me. I can see a woman thinking that. I'm not condoning his actions. I'm not. Yeah.
It's all split decisions. Split decisions will determine the rest of your motherfucking life.
Yeah.
I can testify to that. I can attest to that. A split decision can deter the rest of your life.
Every baby daddy can think of that. Yeah, facts. Let me tell you something, man. Like, my kid's mom, I ain't gonna put too much of my personal life out there, but I'll just say she's a piece of work. And thank God that I'm a decent enough person who doesn't take it out on my kids. I don't spank or abuse or cuss my kids out or anything. So, but some of these women, man, like I hear the way my kid's mom talk. Let me tell you something about my kid's mom. She's 5'2". She's 110 pounds. 5'2". 5'2". And no, that's my ex. No, yeah, this one wears glasses too. I got a thing for glasses. Yeah. Yeah, the brown skin girl. Yeah, the brown skin one. That's my kid's mom. Yeah, she wears glasses. She weighs 110 pounds, okay? Maybe 115 soaking wet. Like, she's like a tiny woman. You know, I like tiny little petite girls. I should say women. I'm on the internet now. But, dog, when I say I hear my kid's mom talk, dog, and I am shocked that she still has all her teeth to this day. Like, I know why I won't hit her, but I'm really shocked why other people won't. I hear how she talks to some people. Like me as a man, like I can't talk to you some kind of way, Denzel. You can't talk to me. We both know as men, like we gotta have a certain level of respect, because men know it's gonna be some violence.
You know what I'm saying? Cross that line, like
exactly.
Like why you like shit. Like you already know, like as a man, it's called respect. That's what that's called. Respect. Why would you respect?
And plus, men don't want to put themselves in a position to be hurt most of the time. Like we don't want to fight. We got kids. I got back problems. Like, when I say this girl just goes around cussing people out, calling them all kinds of motherfuckers, and I'm like, this is a woman I have a child with. And I'll admit, I love ratchet women back in my youth. But man, I think it's a lot of niggas being raised like this. Being raised under a woman I'm lucky because she's only 50% ratchet. My kid's mom has this thing where she can code switch and she becomes reasonable at times. So I give her credit for that. Rare as it is. But man, it just made me think. The whole situation is crazy, man. With the white dude. It was something else I wanted to talk about. It was something else that happened recently. Is it something you wanted to bring up? Was it something you want to talk about to bring up?
Nah, man, I'm on the phone, man. The Pistons, we kicking the Lakers' ass right now. I fuck with the Lakers, I don't fuck with Brown. Wherever you are, I fuck with Brown, but yeah, the Pistons is home, period.
Yeah.
Man, I can talk all night unless you got to.
I'm actually about to go grab some weed right now, so I'm about to just shoot a quick move. But I'm definitely I'm either gonna come back on tonight or definitely coming on tomorrow. But I just had to talk to you, man, because when we were talking online, it just don't justify it. Like, niggas like us, we gotta talk face to face, because certain things be so outrageous, you can't put in text.
Hey, man, this is a good idea, man. I like this, man. I like this a lot. Hey, I know you seen all that. You keep seeing the beef with them niggas, man. Them niggas that, you know, they brother, you know, if you know what I mean. But them niggas, they fighting and shit on air. What's the niggas? 5150?
Oh, yeah, Corey Holcomb.
The light yeah, the light Spears ass. And now I see in the Corey Holcomb beats out. These niggas tripping.
Yeah. Hey, you know what's funny about that situation? Corey Holcomb made a good ass point on that. Like, me and you, we've been in a million fights. We was just two young niggas who always get in fights all the time. It just happens. It's a part of it. But with Corey Holcomb says, like, dog, you a whole ass nigga for how you did it. Like, cause you know he's drunk. You're bigger than him. He's not. Right. Avery Spears is not a violent dude at all. Never had any incidents ever. Never really had any beef with anyone. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he does the impersonation, but people understand his comedy. And that's what I understood when Corey Holcomb said that. He's like, look, dude, you a whole ass nigga. You beat up a drunk defenseless dude, and I had to pay for it.
You beat up a drunk nigga, and he missed several punches.
Yeah, I was amazed at that.
Every punch, bro. You ain't catch him clean. First of all, if you did catch him, you didn't catch him clean one time. And he was sitting down defenseless. He was a hoe. That's that light skinned nigga shit.
It really is. You know what's funny? It really is. Like, cause when they started arguing, Corey Holcomb and I dude, his name Zone something, Zone Williams, I think. When they started arguing about the thing that happened, I went back and watched the video. And I'm like, this nigga really is a heated light skinned nigga. He just sitting in the chair getting mad. Like he just getting mad.
I'm talking about, bro. He was so unforgiving.
Make no sense.
That's that light skinned nigga shit. I'm telling you. Because I get drunk all the time like that. And I do my nigga, I'm talking about I'm even rougher with my niggas. But they already know I'm drunk, so they ain't even paying me no attention. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, who's
like,
the wildest nigga in our clique? In high school, who was the wildest nigga in our clique?
So what, bro?
In high school, who was the wildest nigga in my clique? It was Chris, the light-skinned nigga, my homeboy. I love Chris, but he was the craziest nigga. He was the first to fight. I got in fights because of Chris threw a punch, and I don't even know why. This nigga would just swing on a nigga, and I just see two dudes, him fighting like two niggas out of nowhere, and of course I'm gonna help him. I'm like, nigga, why you hit him, Chris? Oh, I thought that nigga said something about me. He said something crazy. He said my Air Ones had a scuff on them. Like, what?
Right. Hey, I thought he said something crazy.
Hey, beige rage is real. Beige rage is real.
If you know when somebody, like if you know someone, and behind the scenes they knew each other. You know, and he wasn't even really drunk like that. Like he wasn't slurring. He was just hyped. He was feeling good. You know what I'm saying? And he was really talented. He wasn't even. Man, it wasn't aggressive. Like I wouldn't have done that. You know?
He picked the right one. He picked the right one. That's all. Like he wasn't doing that shit with Corey. See, niggas like that won't do that shit to niggas like me, niggas like you, or niggas that who got hands.
You know what? I'm not gonna sue you. Try to sue you. I ain't gonna call the police.
Nope.
I ain't even let it ride that day. Yeah, you got me, but I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna see you.
I'm getting my 5 minutes.
I'm gonna see you. What 5 minutes? All that. I'm talking about. I let it slide so cold, like a nigga would think we cool, and all of a sudden you just see me get the back. Like it ain't gonna be no legal shit, none of that. You got me, and it'll be fucked up because you got me okay. But like I said,
Stone on the phone.
Zoe looked like the whole ass nigga in the whole orgy.
He did.
And guess what? All of them niggas got attention. All of them niggas about to get a bag from all that. If you think about it. Everybody involved about to get a bag. Like I said,
well, you know, he sued Corey Holcomb.
He's suing him,
yeah.
And guess what? Corey Holcomb's goddamn fan base done grew by 80%.
Mm-hmm. He paid it off. He gave him the bread. I said he paid him off. He gave him the bread. That's what he was talking to Zone about.
Paid him the bread, paid him off. Settled out of court, whatever, got the lawyer and everything.
Yeah.
But look at the attention that has drawn. Just because of a fight that happened on your platform. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, like the whole thing Corey was saying was
he's trending now. Like Corey Holcomb is trending now.
Yeah, actually, I think it's good when they talking shit.
His shoulder fell off. Because you know why? Because instead of just bowing down gracefully or doing just the man thing, they had to ritualize the conflict in front of everybody between black men. Instead of going away and be like, and giving your brother a severance package so you can go do his own thing, they had to put on a show. A lot should be staged, bro, because everybody got paid out of that. No doing his own thing, and everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'll just be looking into it too much.
No, well, you know what it is? I don't think Corey Holcomb was really that mad about the situation until they got to it on the show. Because his whole argument was, nigga, you punched a drunk nigga on some whole ass shit and I had to pay for it. You said you were going to pay me back and you never did. Like, I ain't tripping because I had the bread.
Yeah, and Joe has no response for that.
No, you can't.
When I hear it, I'm gonna give you 20. I'm gonna give you 20,000 back.
When I hear the lick. Oh man.
Yeah, that shit's not. But know what his link is? Look into it. He got his own shit about to come out. He got a book, another book about to drop. He about to have his own radio station show. He gonna have a bunch of guests because he gonna want to talk about how he quote unquote whooped the nigga ass. Like he got a fan base now. He got his audience now, rather.
From what I hear, he has a really decent audience, like size-wise. I hear like niggas been fucking with Zoe for the long way, but even I also been hearing the niggas that fuck with him was like, yo, that was some hoe shit. Like I haven't heard anybody agree with him on that.
Right. Oh no, that was complete hoe shit. But guess what? It might have just been a motherfucking script, man.
It could have been.
That's what I
It could have been.
It could be scripted, man. The whole shit. Like I said, instead of being like, all right, we gonna go his way and this and he gonna start his own thing. Whoop-de-whoop. Shit, might as well but do it with a couple more fans, a couple thousand more fans. That's a couple $1,000 more potentially.
You know what my biggest issue was with that whole thing though between him and Corey Holcomb? Like I can understand you don't want to fight your homeboy. Like if me and you got into it, like I got into it with Trey one time. Like, but we didn't fight, because at the end of the day, that's my nigga. You my nigga. Like, you can get into it with somebody and be like, you know what, we just... But my whole thing is, dog, you let this nigga Corey Holcomb just really hoe you, call you a burden on the whole show. Like, at some point, wouldn't you have walked out? Like, as a man, either you got to throw some hands or leave at a certain point. At a certain point, it's like, look, man, I ain't about to fight you, but I don't got to hear this shit either. Like, that was my biggest issue with it. Like, bro, you can't sit there.
Like, we gonna go handle it. But if we try to be professional, think about it. You and I have a radio show, and it's up, and our number one goal is professionalism.
Right.
We don't handle personal shit behind closed doors. We're not gonna do it if that's what we're trying to portray.
Especially if you're a team.
Right? We're gonna go handle this. We're gonna cut this shit, and we about to go handle this. Or however we do it, even if we just talk. We about to go handle this and then go back to the show. But they wanted that here. They wanted that. They wanted people to see that. And that's the most coolerism that I've been talking about. I'm telling you, deep, man, levels of thinking, man. When you start taking psychology, you think into different levels of the human mind because what's their common goal? What's their common goal? What's everybody's common goal right now? Make as much money as you fucking can before these Democrats.
Snacks.
So,
$2,000.
How do rappers make their much money? How do rappers get more famous?
Clout.
What's it always been in hip hop? What's it always been in hip hop? As a hip hop artist yourself,
It's
and
always
as a
been
hip hop
clout.
affiliate,
Clout,
what's the
recognition.
biggest thing that gets attention to an artist? And then hip hop. Beefing.
Yeah. No, yeah, absolutely. Beefing. Beef sales records.
The battle has been from day one with BZP and KRS-One and all of that. Hello.
Biggie and Tupac took it up a level.
Motherfucking beef. Rock stars don't motherfucking beef with each other. Country motherfuckers don't beef with each other. They collaborate with each other. How we get famous in the hip hop game? We gotta beef with each other. We gotta kill each other. We gotta talk about each other. We gotta fight each other. That's a ritual, man.
No, I agree, man.
Come on, man.
What other music industry where you got to check in?
Instead of fighting in front of these motherfucking white folk, we can handle it different than that. We family. We supposed to be boys. We supposed to be blood. Or, we supposed to be kinfolk. We supposed to be niggas.
You want to hear something crazy? I used to tell people, like, Miley Cyrus doesn't have to... All I'm saying, you know what's funny? Miley Cyrus doesn't have to check in when she flies into California. She doesn't have to check in with the Pyrus. Justin Timberlake doesn't have to check in with, what's the nigga name? What is his name? The nigga that brought out Drake and all that. He a big gang dude, young something. He's a Jay Prince, like Jay Prince. Right, like Miley Cyrus and Justin Timberlake don't have to check in with Jay Prince when they go to Atlanta. Like, check in, man. You got if you a rapper and you going on tour, you got to check in with the local gangs and shit. Let them know you there. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is, that check-in. But, yeah, like I was thinking about that. Like, what other industry do niggas have to check in at? Bruno Mars don't got to check in.
When Rick Ross had finally took off real big, and Trick shut down motherfucking Heart Plaza,
No fly zone.
all that.
No fly zone.
Because with no fly zone. Because Rick Ross didn't check in. But here we go, look, motherfucking, like you said, Justin Timberlake and any other motherfucking white boy, they please. What? And then be in town for 10, 20 days. 10, 15 days. Partying and clowning, doing shows.
Fucking black hoes. I said fucking all the black hoes.
Especially that.
Yeah.
Guess what? They don't check in with no motherfucking body. You know why? Because it's conditioning cooning. Conditioning cooning.
It's next, man.
You're gonna make some money. But this white boy ain't got even look your way. Don't even know who you is. You won't even try because you know you ain't gonna try.
Stop that shit at the door.
You said that's a no what? Say that, man. That label will be down there with goddamn the motherfucking Army Reserve, nigga. Talk about no fly zone. But like I said, hold on. Here's this. That's shit. Because guess what? More attention on Trick. They got him a lot of attention, because that's a major artist. And they got Rick Ross a lot of attention. Even though it's negative attention, it still got him a lot of attention. Yeah. And then guess what? Now, he ain't got to check in no more. He go to Detroit free. He be at the Masonic Temple at least twice a year.
I just think it's crazy, man, because it's like we do so much to punk our own people. You know what I'm saying? And like we don't do that shit where if it was a military militia right now, like the Proud Boys walking down Grand River, you know what I'm saying? Nobody would do anything. No one would do anything at all. Like the thought wouldn't even come up. I believe that. I've seen it happen downtown. Remember they downtown is 10 minutes away.
That was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, they had Confederate flags and stuff up, and nobody did anything. And like, I personally know 20 killers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I ain't racist against just white folks. I'm equally racist against all motherfuckers.
Exactly. I dislike everybody equally.
That's why I hate niggas. Can't stand them. Can't stand a nigga. You know why? So you said white man, and somehow reason you want to put that pink motherfucking thing in your mouth, bitch. But you see me and you see a goddamn enemy and you don't know me for half. Bitch.
No, they see you, they see their daddy.
You can't recognize the real enemy that try every day. And whether it's your natural enemy or, you know what I mean, like your actual enemy, rather, your factual enemy is not what I'm saying. You know what I mean. Like, you see that motherfucker. You see, it's just like this. This is how I knew niggas was cold. This is why I don't like niggas and I don't fuck with niggas. If anybody asks me, they be like, man, why you don't never have no boys with you? Why you always be, you know what I'm saying, girls at your party and shit? I don't fuck with niggas. And this is why. We in a car full of motherfucking guns. And this is an actual story. There's been a couple times I've seen it. We got a car full of guns. Now, we ready. We thinking about going to ride on niggas. We talking about riding on niggas, all of this. We don't give a fuck how many guns, how many niggas it is. Nigga, we strapping the fuck up. As soon as the goddamn cop get behind us, everybody sweating bullets.
Oh, these bitches quick, don't they?
Why we running? We all got guns. We all standing on the block. We all standing on our block that we don't own, but we standing on our block with a bunch of guns and a bunch of dope. Cop will come down the motherfucker, everybody take off and run. And you got more guns than that motherfucking home. Why is that, man?
It's turn to Bojangles when the cops come. Oh, Lord, excuse me, sir. Oh, I'm so sorry.
That nigga got one motherfucking gun. We got 20 guns, and y'all scared. Man, niggas ain't. But but you see somebody that ain't got nothing to do with you. You ready to kick his ass. You ready to just kill. When you see your own people, you ready to kill that motherfucker. Let a nigga do something.
But
Look at 80% of like I said, I was going back to hip hop music and black culture. It's all you need to kill each other, but it ain't hate.
hey, hold on 1 second. Yo, I'm on my way to you. All right.
You driving? Hey, bro, go ahead and do what you gotta do, man. We'll catch up.
All right, man. I'm gonna catch up with you. Hold on 1 second, John.
Hey, AMG Stone, follow AMG Stone on Facebook. AMG Stone.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I'm about to call you right back. Right back. No, my bad, Joe. That's my dude. I'm about to go get this bag real quick. Cause I need my weed.
Oh, you go ahead and do what you gotta do. I'm telling everybody to follow AMG Stone on Facebook. Follow Zell LaVille, Dan Stoneman for all of this type of shit. And Zell Music, I have the music in a minute. I ain't got music yet. So don't follow.
Well, man, as soon as you get it, man, send me some so I can post it. I can like during my streams, I can put it through during my breaks and stuff. Get some promo out there.
AMG Stone.
AMG Stone. All right, man. I'm gonna hit you back soon, though. This was obviously a good conversation because there's always gonna be one between us. Two funny niggas who know shit is always gonna be a good convo.
Yes, sir. Always.
All right, man. I'll holler at you later.
All right, man.
All right, y'all. That's I'm gonna be wrapping this up. That's the last episode, man. That's my boy Denzel. Always a good conversation. It's love talking to him. That's my brother right there. Good people. Shout out to Hoodie Depot. Shout out to King B&B. Kano Connection. I'm gonna holler at you guys later. This is the Doc Box. It was a great episode. I really enjoyed it. We'll talk more later. Inbox me, share, tag, comment, like, dislike, whatever you feel. Let me know. Email me topics, videos, news, so I can check them out. If it's good enough, I'll post it. And I'll get with you guys later.